जिस दिन वेद के मंत्रों से धरती को सजाया जाएगा, जिस दिन वेद के मंत्रों से धरती को सजाया जाएगा, उस दिन ऋषि के गीतों का त्योहार मनाया जाएगा।
जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय, जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय।
जिस दिन काले बाजारों में धन के चोर नहीं होंगे,
धन के चोर नहीं होंगे, धन के चोर नहीं होंगे।
मदिरा के सौदाई जिस दिन चारों ओर नहीं होंगे,
चारों ओर नहीं होंगे, चारों ओर नहीं होंगे।
अंडे मांस के खाने वाले रिश्वतखोर नहीं होंगे, जिस दिन सच कहने वालों के दिल कमजोर नहीं होंगे। भूखे बच्चों को जिस दिन भूखा न सुलाया जाएगा, ओ भूखे बच्चों को जिस दिन भूखा न सुलाया जाएगा, उस दिन ऋषि के गीतों का त्योहार मनाया जाएगा।
जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय, जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय।
जिस दिन वीर शहीदों की कुर्बानी की पूजा होगी,
कुर्बानी की पूजा होगी, कुर्बानी की पूजा होगी।
देश के हित में सब कुछ देने वालों की पूजा होगी,
की पूजा होगी, की पूजा होगी।
उधम भगत सुभाष की जब कुर्बानी की पूजा होगी, वीर शिरोमणि लक्ष्मीबाई रानी की पूजा होगी। जब ऋषि के सपनों को साकार बनाया जाएगा, जब ऋषि के सपनों को साकार बनाया जाएगा, उस दिन ऋषि के गीतों का त्योहार मनाया जाएगा।
जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय, जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय, जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय, जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय।
Namaste, everyone, and thank you again for joining us in satsang today. We now begin with Sandhya. So sit in an upright position and let us chant God's most sacred name, Om. 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 Atta Sandhya Upasana Vidhi. We begin with Achman, the sipping of sacramental water. Om Amrito Pastarnamasi Swaha. Om Amrita Pidhanamasi Swaha. Om Satyam Yashah Shrimay Shri Shrayatam Swaha. Om Shano Devi Rabishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye Shanyorabhi Sravantu Naha. Devi Swarupa Ishwar Puran Abishta Kije Yahani Raho Sudhamai Kalyana Dana Dije Nitya Ridhi Siddhi Barase हित हो सदा हमारा बहती रहे हृदय में सद धर्म प्रेम धारा सद धर्म प्रेम धारा. All pervading Mother, sweet and divine, be filled with peace to fill. Be pleased to bless the cravings of my soul, to reach thy bosom, may this world of mine be filled with peace and bliss from pole to pole. Yes, be filled with peace and bliss from pole to pole. Atta Anga Sparsha Mantra, touching our limbs and praying for strength to carry out our various duties. Om Wak Wak, Om Prana Prana, Om Chakshush Chakshu, Om Shrotram Shrotram, Om Nabi, Om Hridayam, Om Kantaha, Om Shiraha, Om Bahubhyam Yashobalam, Om Kartalkar Prishte, Om Bhupanatu Shirasi, Om Bhuvapanatu Netrayo, Om Swapanatu Kante, Om Mahapunatu Hridaye, Om Janapunatu Nabhyam, Om Tapapunatu Padayo, Om Satyam Punatu Punya Shrirasi, Om Kam Brahma Punatu Sarvatra. But glorious Father, I am weak and frail, and hence depend on thy loving grace. My soul efforts will not, O Lord, avail the frightful host of heinous sins to face. So therefore, Lord, I meekly praise to thee, to make me pure in mind and too strong not to yield to tempting sins. Oh, make me free to sit in peace and sing thy glorious songs. O living, holy, happy Father, great, the wise and omnipresent King of all, the sole eternal Master of my faith, my mind and soul, thy gracious blessings call, to make my head, my eyes, and my passions pure, to change my vicious heart, and guide my feet, to grace my brain and throat, and make it sure that sin will nowhere find a welcome seat. Pranayam mantra. Om Bhuvaha Om Swaha Om Maha Om Jana Om Tapa Om Satya Om Bhuvaha Om Swaha Om Maha Om Jana Om Tapa Om Satyam Om Bhuvaha Om Swaha Om Maha Om Jana Om Tapa Om Satyam. Other Manchana mantra. Om Ritan Sha Satyan Sha Bidhata Tapasoda Jayata Tato Ratraya Jaya Tata Samudra Arnava Om Samudra Arnava Dadhi Samvatsaro Jayata Ahoratrani Vidadya Vishwasya Vishato Vashi Om Surya Chandra Masaudhata Yatha Purvamakalpayat Divam Sha Prithvim Cha Antarikshamato Swaha Om Shano Devi Rabishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye Shanyore Sravantu Naha. Manasa Parikramantra, circumambulating the universe. Om Prachitig Agniradipati Rasito Rakshita Ditya Ishavaha Tebhyo Namo Dipatibhyo Namo Rakshitribhyo Nama Ishabhyo Nama Ebhyo Astu Yosman Dvishtiyam Vayam Dvish Mastam Mojambe Dadma Om Dakshina Digindro Dipatis Tirashchiraji Rakshita Pitara Ishava Tebhyo Namo Dipatibhyo Namo Rakshitribhyo Nama Ishabhyo Nama Ebhyo Astu Yosman Dvishtiyam Vayam Dvish Mastamojambe Dadma Om Pratichi Digvaruno Dipati Pridako Rakshita Namishava Tebhyo Namo Dipatibhyo Namo Rakshitribhyo Nama Ishabhyo Nama Ebhyo Astu Yosman Dvishtiyam Vayam Dvishmastam Mojambe Dadma Om Udichi Diksomo Dipati Swajo Rakshita Shanareshava Tebhyo Namo Dipatibhyo Namo Rakshitribhyo Nama Ishabhyo Nama Ebhyo Astu Yosman Dvishtiyam Vayam Dvishmastam Mojambe Dadma Om Dhruva Digvishnu Radipati Kalmashagrivo Rakshita Viruda Ishava Tebhyo namo Dhipatibhyo namo Rakshitribhyo namah Ishabhyo namah Ebhyo astu Yosman dvishtiyam vayam dvishmastam mojam vedadmaha Om Urdhvadik Brihaspati Radhipati Shmitro Rakshita Varshamishava Tebhyo namo Dhipatibhyo namo Rakshitribhyo namah Ishabhyo namah Ebhyo astu Yosman dvishtiyam Vayam dvishmastam mojam vedadmaha. Upasthana mantra. At this time, we feel the divine presence within our hearts. Om Udvayantamassaspari Swaha Pashyanta Uttaram Devam Devatra Suryam Jyotir Uttamam Om Udyutam Jata Vedasam Devam Vahinti Ketavad Drishe Vishwaya Suryam Om Chitram Devanamurgaranikam Chakshur Mitrasya Varunasya Agani Apradyava Prithvi Antariksham Surya Atma Jagatastastu Shascha Om Tat Chakshur Devahitam Purastat Chukramucharat Pashyema Sharada Shatam Jive Ma Sharada Shatam Shrinyuyama Sharada Shatam Prapravyama Sharada Shatam Adinasyama Sharada Shatam Bhuyascha Sharada Shatam Om Shano Devi Rabhishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye Shanyorabi Sravantu Naha Atta Brahma Gayatri Savitri Guru Mantra Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat O Soul of Life, the Holy King of Kings, O God of all the regions high and low, O Lord of joy, whose glory nature sings, who shaped thy earth and let thy mortals grow. We seek thy blessed feet to meditate upon thy glorious form of holy light, which drives away the gloom of sins we hate, and make thy thy soul of righteous people bright. My heart, O Father, meekly prays to thee, to win thy grace to make me good and wise, and bless my mind with knowledge full and free, from dark and vicious thoughts of sins and lies. Yes, from dark and vicious thoughts of sins and lies. Samarpana Vakya Mantra. हे ईश्वर दयानिधे भवत् कृपायनेन जपोपासनादि कर्मणा धर्म आर्थां मोक्षाणां सद्य सिद्धिर्भवेन तत् ईश्वर नमस्कुर्यात् ॐ नमः शम्भवाय च मयो भवाय च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च हे मङ्गलेश शङ्कर मंगल करो हमारा पावन प्रकाश पाए परमार्थ पुण्य द्वारा परिजान पया पिलारो अवदर गाद दानी तेरी शरण में आया है भक्त यह भवानी है भक्त यह भवानी. And now I bow to thee, O God of calm, O God of peace and Lord of bliss divine. Thy grace supplies the burning hearts abound. Thy blessings in my right desires shine. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Iti Sankshepatāh Sandhya Upasana Vidhi Samaptaha. Here comes to an end of Sandhya, and now I will hand you over to Arya Devendra Ji for the continuation of the program. Thank you.
Dhanyavad Purohita Shiviji for that wonderful start to this morning's satsang with a beautiful and serene Sandhya. At this time, I'll invite our Yajmans to take their asana on the Yajyashala. I'll ask our Balvikas students, Pavesh, Devesh, to join me up here with Charlotte and Annabelle. Please join me up here with your Hawan book. Donovan and Hajesh, please join our Yajman on stage to assist with the Yajya. Charlotte, with your Hawan books. As we transition into our Hawan, let me join all of us in this very beautiful bhajan. Aaj mil sab geet gao, us Prabhu ko dhanyavad. On page number 5 of our Atmik Geet. आज मिल सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद जिसका यश नित गाते हैं गण दरवगुनी जन धन्यवाद आज मिल सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। मंदिरों में कंदरों में पर्वतों के शिखर पर, मंदिरों में कंदरों में पर्वतों के शिखर पर देते हैं लगातार सौ सौ बार मुनिवर धन्यवाद। आज मिल सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। करते हैं जंगल में मंगल पक्षी गण हर शाख पर, करते हैं जंगल में मंगल पक्षी गण हर शाख पर, पाते हैं आनंद मिलेगा ते है स्वर पर धन्यवाद। आज मिल सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। कूप में तालाब में सिंधु की गहरी धार में, कूप में तालाब में सिंधु की गहरी धार में, प्रेम रस में प्रेत होकर ते है जलचर धन्यवाद। आज मिल सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। धन्यवाद धन्यवाद उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। धन्यवाद धन्यवाद उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। आज मिल सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। Let us all come together to sing and to express our thanks unto that Lord whose glory and fame all noble and wise men and women continuously sing. At this time, I invite our Panita Nirvaniji to join all of us in this morning's Havanetya. Panitaji.
Namaste. Thank you, Bhai Devindraji, for that. Today, our service would be based on leadership. As we all know, tomorrow we recognize President's Day. And today is satsang and offerings. We hope for great leadership in all sphere of life. Great leadership in our mandir, great leadership at our homes, at our individual homes, great leadership for our countries and for the world at large. So with every offering that we make, we ask, oh God, inspire our leaders, give our leaders humility and understanding. At this time, I ask you to join us in this Sankalpa for today. It's on page 42 of the Vedic Aradhana. Om तत्सत् अर्या श्री ब्रह्मणो
द्वितीये प्रहराढे सप्तमे वैवस्वते मन्वन्तरे अष्टाविंशतितमे कलियुगे कलिप्रथमचरणे
विंशतिः एकाश्रीतिः विक्रमे संवत् उत्तरायणे शिशिरतौ कृष्णपक्षे फल्गुनमासी चतुर्थी तिथौ रविवार दिवसे हस्त नक्षत्रे मेषलग्ने सर्वथा सिद्धि योग मुहूर्ते अमेरिका देशान्तर्गते
न्यूयॉर्क प्रान्ते क्वीन्स जनपदे ब्रायरवुड नगरे आर्य स्पिरिचुअल सेंटर आर्य समाज मंदिरम स्थाने देवयज्ञ कर्म करणाय दयानंद गोत्रोत्पन्नस्य श्रीमतः भवन्तं पुरोहितं गृणे
ॐ
सत्याः सन्तु यजमानानां कामाः.
And now we do Achman, sipping this water and asking for our system to be cool so that we can absorb today's offerings, we can absorb everything that will be taking place today. Om Amrito Pasara Namasi Swaha.
ॐ अमृता पिधानमसि स्वाहा
Om Satyam Yashaha Shrirmai Shriyashrayatam Swaha. Atha Anga Sparsha, touching of the various limbs.
ॐ वाङ्मासे अस्तु
Om Nasurme Pranastu.
ॐ अक्षनोर्मे चक्षुरस्तु
Om Karnayorme Shrotramastu.
ॐ बाहुर्मे बलमस्तु
Om Orvorma Ojo Astu.
ॐ अरिष्टानि मे अङ्गानि तनुस्तन्वा मे सहा सन्तु
Ishwar Stuti Pratana Mantras. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yadhadrantana Suva.
ॐ हिरण्यगर्भा समवर्तताग्रे भूतस्य जातः पतिरेक आसीत् सदाधार पृथिवीं ध्यामुते मां कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम
Om Ya Atmana Baladayasya Vishwa Upasate Prashisham Yasya Devaha Yasya Chayam Ritam Yasya Mrityuhu Tasmai Deva Yahamisha Vidhema.
ॐ यः प्राणतो निमिषतो महेत्वैक इन्द्रा जगतो बभूव य ईशे अस्य द्विपदश्चतुष्पदः तस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम
Om Yenadhyo Rukra Prithvi Chandridha येन स्वस्तभितं येन नाकः यो अन्तरिक्षे रजसो विमानः कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम
ॐ प्रजापते न त्वदेतान्ययो विश्वा जातानि परिता बभूव यत्कामस्ते जुहुमस्तनो अस्तु वयं स्याम पतयो रयेना
ॐ सनो बन्धुरजनिता साभिधाता धामानि वेदभुवनानि विश्वा यत्र देवा अमृतमानशानास् तृतीये धामन्यध्येदयन्ता
ॐ अग्निर्नय सुपथाराय यस्मान् विश्वानि देव वयुनानि वेद्वान् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहुरानमेनो भूयिष्ठान्ते नम उक्तिं विधेम
O radiant divinity, cause of all manifestations in the universe, remove all impurities from us and endow us with all that is noble. O self-effulgent being, all holy and knower of all things, lead us through the path of goodness to prosperity and knowledge, and keep us away from evil deeds. To achieve this end, may we all, including all of our leaders, always contemplate your divine nature and always be happy. Atah swasti vachanam Om Agnimire Purohitam Yajasya Devam Ritvijam Otaram Ratnadhatamam
ॐ सनः पितेव सूनवे अग्निः सुपायनो भव सचस्वानः स्वस्तये
Om Vishwe Devano Adya Swastaye Vaishwanaro Vasuragnihi Swastaye Deva Avanta Vibhavaha Swastaye Swasino Rudra Patvam Hasaha
ॐ स्वस्ति मित्रा वरुणा स्वस्ति पत्ये रेवती स्वस्ति न इन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च स्वस्ति नो अदिते गृह्णी
Om Swasti Panthamअनुचरेमा Surya Chandramasa Viva Punardathagnata Janata Sangame Mahi. May we, especially our leaders, accept our responsibilities and duties just as the sun and moon unswervingly revolve in their orbits. May we associate with those who are learned, pious, charitable, and non-violent. Atah Shanti Karanam Om Shana Indragni Bhavatam Ahobihi Shana Indra Varuna Rathavya Shamindra Soma Shritaya Shanyuho Shana Indra Bhushana Vajasatao
ॐ शनो भगा शमुनः शंसो अस्तु शनः पुरन्दिः शमु सन्तुराय शनः सत्यस्य सूर्यमस्य शंसः शनो वर्यमा पुरुजातो अस्तु
Om Shano Dhata Shamudhartano Astu Shana Uruchi Bhavatu Swadhavihi Chandro Rasi Brihati Shano Vadrihi Shano Devanam Suhavani Santu
ॐ शनो अग्निर्ज्योतिरनीको अस्तु शनो मित्रा वरुणा विश्विनाशं शना सुकृतां सुकृतानि सन्तु शना ईशिरो अभिवातु वाता
ॐ शनो द्यावा पृथिवी पूर्वभूता शमन्तरिक्षं दृष्टयेनो अस्तु शनो शनिर्वरिणो भवन्तु शनो रजसस्पतिरस्तु जिष्णुः
ॐ शना इन्द्रो वसुर्भिदेवो अस्तु शमादित्येभिर्वरुणः सुशंसा शनो रुद्रो रुद्रेभिर्जलाशः शनस्त्वष्टाग्नाभिरिहर्षिणोतु
ॐ शनः सोमो भवतु ब्रह्मशन्नः शनो गावानः शंसन्तु यज्ञः शनः स्वर्णामितयो भवन्तु शनः प्रस्वा शमुवस्तु भेदिः May we, O God, derive peace from electricity, fire, and water. May the sun and moon bring us peace and fearlessness. By eradicating disease, may electricity and wind bring us peace, vigor, and vitality. May all the peaceful ones bring us peace. May our religious undertakings here today bring us peace. May all the plants and vegetables bring us peace. And may the oblations in this Vedi here today bring us peace. Ataha Shiva Sankalpa Mantra. And if you're joining us, we're on page 72 of the Vedic Aradhana. Om Yajakrata Duramudedineva Taru Sutasya Tateveti Durangamam Jyotisha Jyotirikam Tanve Manaha Shiva Sankalpamastu
ॐ येन कर्माण्यपसो मनीषिणो यज्ञे कृण्वन्ति विदधेषु धीरा यद्पूर्वं यक्षमन्तः प्रजानां तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु
Om Yat Prajanamutcheto Drijischa Yajyotiranta Amritam Prajasu Yasmanirite Kinchana Karma Kriyate Tanme Manaha Shiva Sankalpamastu
ॐ येनेदं भूतं भुवनं भविष्यत् परिगृहीतममृतेन सर्वं येन यजस्तायते सप्तहोता तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु.
And I ask that we all join in Tanme Manaha Shiva Sankalpamastu. Om Yasmin Richa Samayajumshi Yasmin Pratishtita Ratnabhavivaraha Yasmin Chitam Sarvamutam Prajana
तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु. सुशारथिरश्वानि वयं मनुष्यान् नेमीयते भीषुभिर्वाजिनैव हृत्प्रतिष्ठं यदचिरं जविष्ठम् तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु. तन में मना शिव संकल्पास्तु.
That celestial entity, the mind, which goes far when one is awake and wanders similarly while one is asleep, and which travels far and wide and is the only light of all lights, O God, may that our minds always be possessed of noble intentions. As the skillful charioteer controls his horses by the use of his reins, so does a controlled mind takes man to his desired goal. This mind, which reposes in the heart and is most swift and never ages, O God, may that mind of mine always be possessed of noble intentions. And Charlotte, especially for you, I know you celebrated your birthday earlier this week. We ask, O God, may your mind always only be possessed of noble intentions. Om Sanaha Pavasma Shangave Shanjanaya Shamarvate Chandrajanushati Vyaha.
ॐ अभयं नः करित्यन्तरिक्षम् अभयं द्यावा पृथिवीयुगे अभयं पश्चादभयं पुरस्तात् उत्तरादधरात् अभयं नोऽस्तु.
Om Abhayam Mitra, Abhayam Amitra, Abhayam Jata, Abhayam Paroksha, Abhayam Nakam, Abhayam Vihaya, Sarvasha, Mama Mitram Bhavantu. Sarvasha Mama Mitram Bhavantu. Iti Sanshepataha Shanti Karinam Ataha Agni Pradiparam. May we all stand for the kindling of the fire.
The bottom of your microphone, push it down.
Om Bhurabhuva Swaha.
ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वद्यौरिव भूम्ना पृथिवीववर्णा तस्यास्ते पृथिवी देवयजने कृष्णे अग्निमना धमना ध्यायादधे.
Fanning of the fire, giving this fire scope to rise, just like as we are going to feed ourselves knowledge and food, may our energy be increased daily. Om Udhvaya Swagni Pratijagrehi Tvamishta Purate Samsrijeta Mayam Cha Asmin Saraste Ajutarasmin Vishwe Devaya Jamanascha Sirata. Three Samhita this time. Om Ayantayin Mahatma Jatavira Snedin Hyasva Bhadhasva Chera Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Parchase Nanadyena Samedhaya स्वाहा इदमग्ने जातवेदसे इदन्नामः
ॐ अयन्त इद्मात्मा
ॐ समिधाग्निं दुवसत कृतैर्बोधयतातिथिम् अस्मिन् हव्याजुहोतना सुसमिधाय शोचिषे कृतं तीव्रं जुहोतना अग्ने जातवेदसे स्वाहा इदमग्ने जातवेदसे इदन्नामः
ॐ तन्त्वा समिद्धिरङ्गिरो घृतेन वर्धयामसि बृहश्चोक्षाय विष्ठया स्वाहा इदमग्ने अङ्गिरसे इदन्नामः
Panchakritahuti, 5 ghee offerings. Om Ayante Matma Jatavirasene Dhaswa Bhadhaswa Chera Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Nanadyena Samedhaya Swaha Idamagne Jatavirase Idanamama
ॐ अयन्त इद्मात्मा जातवेदस्तेने ध्यस्ववर्धस्व चेदवर्धया चास्मात् प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसे नानादेन समेधया स्वाहा इदमग्ने जातवेदसे इदन्नामः
Om Ayante Atma Jatavirasene Dhaswa Bhadhaswa Chera Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Nanadyena Samedhaya Swaha Idamagne Jatavirase Idannamama
ॐ अयन्त इद्मात्मा जातवेदस्तेने ह्यस्ववर्धस्व चेदवर्धया चास्मात् प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मा वर्चसे नानादेन समेधया स्वाहा इदमग्ने जातवेदसे इदन्नामः
Om Ayante Atma Jatavirasene Dhaswa Bhadhaswa Chera Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Nanadyena Samedhaya Swaha Idamagne Jatavirase Idannamah Ataha Jal Sinchana sprinkling of water around the kun.
ॐ अदिते अनुमन्यस्व
Om Anumate Anumanyaswa
ॐ सरस्वती अनुमन्यस्व
Om Deva Savitaha Prasuvayajam Patim Bhagaya Devyo Gandharvaha Ketapuhu Ketannaha Punatu Vachaspatir Vacham Naha Swaratu
ॐ अग्नये स्वाहा इदम् अग्नये दनामः
Om Somaya Swaha Somaya Hiranamama
ॐ प्रजापतये स्वाहा इदम् प्रजापतये दनामः
Om Indraya Swaha Iramindraya Iranamama Ghee and Samagri
ॐ सूर्यो ज्योतिर्ज्योति सूर्यः स्वाहा
Om Suryo Varcho Jyotir Varchaha Swaha
ॐ ज्योति सूर्य सूर्यो ज्योतिः स्वाहा
Om Sajur Devina सवित्रा सजूरुषसेन्द्रपत्या जोषानः सूर्यो वेतु स्वाहा
ॐ अग्निर्ज्योतिर्ज्योतिरग्नि स्वाहा
ॐ अग्निर्वर्चो ज्योतिर्वर्चः स्वाहा
ॐ स्वाहा
ॐ सजुर्देवेन सवित्रा सजुरात्रिन्द्रपत्या जोषानो अग्निर्वेतु स्वाहा
ॐ भूरग्नये प्राणाय स्वाहा इदं भग्नये प्राणाय इदन्नामम
ॐ भूर्वायवे पानाय स्वाहा इरं वायवे पानाय इरन्नामम
ॐ स्वरादित्याय व्यानाय स्वाहा इदम् आदित्याय व्यानाय इदन्नामम
ॐ भूर्भुवः सुरग्नि वायवारितेभ्यः प्राणापान् व्यानेभ्यः स्वाहा इदमग्नि वायवारितेभ्यः प्राणापान् व्यानेभ्यः इरन्नामम
ॐ आपो ज्योतिरसो अमृतं ब्रह्मा भूर्भुवः स्वरों स्वाहा
ॐ यामेरं देवगणः पितरश्चोपासते तयामा मध्यमेधयाग्नि मेधाविनं कुरु स्वाहा
ॐ विश्वानि देव सवितर्दुरितानि परासुवा यद्भद्रं तन्नासुवा स्वाहा
ॐ अग्नेनय सुपथाराय अस्मान् विश्वानि देव वयुनानि विद्वान् युयोजस्वच्छुहुराणमेनु भूयिष्ठान्तिं नमौक्तिं विधेम स्वाहा. And at this time we chant some special mantras. If you could please join me on page 106 for the Paumana Ahuti. And with this, we're doing ghee offerings. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Agna Ayumshi Pavaswa Asumurjamisham Janaha Areva Dasvatuchuram Swaha Iramagne Pavamanaya Iranamama Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Agnirishi Pavamanaha Panchajanyaha Purohitaha Tamimahe Mahagayam Swaha Iramagne Pavamanaya Iranamama Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Agni Pavaswa Swapa Asmi Varchaha Suviryam Tadatraye May Posham Swaha Iramagne Pavamanaya Iranamama Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Prajapati Natvare Tanyanyo Vishwajatani Paritava Bhuva Yatamaste Juhumastano Vastu Vayam Syama Patayorayena Swaha
Iram Prajapate
Iranamama. And for all our members, page 118, Trayambakam, anyone suffering any sickness, any pain at this time, we ask we ask for relief for that pain. At this time, we think about Mataji Kausilya. She is the Mataji from South Africa that comes as often as she can. And we know that she is battling some challenges at this time. We think about her as we make these offerings. And we think about anyone at this time that is suffering any kind, if it's a family member, a co-worker, a neighbor. We focus our energy for improvement of any ailment at this time.
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा. And as we all know, the Vedic community at large lost a very valuable member during this past week, Dr. Sri Ram Tulsi, and he was a scholar, a Vedic scholar. He lived to 102, and that's that's an accomplishment for a lot of us. And at this time, we offer this offering of ghee for his soul, wherever that soul may be. We hope that, O soul, may you attain the status of other people who have achieved a pleasant life through austerity, and those who have observed strict discipline of penance. If you know Pandit Dr. Tulsi, he has made immense contribution to the Vedic community. So we make this offering in his name. Om tapasaye anadrishyas tapasaye swareyahu tapoye chakri mahas tanchidevapi gacchatat swaha. We do one more offering for Dr. Tulsi, the late Dr. Tulsi. Om ye yudhyante pradhaneshu shura soyitanutyajah yeva saharshadakshinas tanchidevapi gacchatat स्वाहा तांश्चिदेवापि गच्छतात् स्वाहा. And now we make this offering for Charlotte. Charlotte, you have been an outstanding Virangana of Arya Spiritual Center. You're outstanding in your academics, in everything that you do. You have done so well. You're an exemplary student for others to follow. You're an exemplary deity for your sister and for a lot of our other Viranganas. So we make this offering. You offer this ghee offering. And this offering is saying, and I'm sure that Behen Shazi and your spouse are very proud of Charlotte. And at this time, this mantra says, Let the child become the desired wishes of the father and be in tune with the mind of the mother. Let the wife speak with pleasant voice to the husband, as this will bring peace to all members of this family. Om Manu Prataha Pitaho Putra Matra Bhavatu Sammanah Jayapati Manumati Vacham Varatu Shanti Maha Swaha Swaha. Make another offering, Charlotte. 3 times we're gonna do Swaha. 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 I'm not gonna make a big deal. I know Charlotte is a very modest child, and she doesn't like a lot of attention. But I also know that she had her special mantra. We're gonna ask Ben Shazi to come up and Bhaiji to come up and garland her this time.
विद्वानों का सम्मान करे, गुरु माता पिता का सेवक हो, दुखियों के दुख को दूर करे, जो वेदों में बतलाया है. अनुगम, you can go, Garland. अति धन्यवाद परमेश्वर का, ये सुंदर अवसर आया है जन्म दिवस इस बालक का, जो उत्सव आज मनाया है. अति धन्यवाद परमेश्वर का, ये सुंदर अवसर आया है, ये सुंदर अवसर आया है, ये सुंदर अवसर आया है.
Thank you. And now we continue with the Havan. Ghee offerings. Om Agni Swaha Idam Agni Idannamama.
Om Somaya Swaha Idam Somaya Idannamama.
Om Prajapati Swaha Idam Prajapati Idannamama.
Om Indraya Swaha Idam Indraya Idannamama.
Om Bhuragne Swaha Idam Agni Idannamama.
Om Bhurvayave Swaha Idam Vayave Idannamama.
Om Suradityaya Swaha Idam Adityaya Idannamama.
Om Bhurbhuva Swaragivaya Vaditebhya Swaha Idam Agnivaya Vaditebhya Idannamama.
Atha Brahma Gayatri Savitri Guru Mantra. And I ask, oh God, that we all sit up at this time, clasp our hands, and let us all join our voices in chanting this mantra, where we're asking, oh God, please illumine and inspire my intellect. And again, as we are concentrating on leadership, we do a special prayer asking for all our leaders, despite whatever it may seem a small role of leadership, we ask, may your intellect be illumined. स्वाहा तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा
ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा
ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। हे दयालु परमात्मन, आप अपनी असीम कृपा से हमारे सदा रक्षा करते हैं। आप ही हमारे जीवन आधार है। अपने सेवकों के दुखों को दूर करके उनको सुख देने वाले हैं। आप सर्वत्र सुप्रतिष्ठित और सुप्रसिद्ध है। आप सर्वोत्तम, शुद्ध, पवित्र और ज्ञान स्वरूप है। आपसे ही यह सारा जगत उत्पन्न हुआ है। आप ही सकल शुभ गुणों की खान है। आपका हम प्रतिदिन ध्यान करें और हमें विवेकशीलता, धारणावती मेधा, सद्बुद्धि प्रदान करें। सृष्टकृताहुति। ओम यद्यस्य कर्मणोऽत्यरीरिचं यद्वान्योन्यमिहाकरम् अग्निष्टत् सृष्टकृत् विद्यत् सर्वं सृष्टं सहोतं करोतु मे। अग्नये सृष्टकृते सहुतौते सर्वा प्रायश्चिताहुतीनां कामानां समर्थयत्रे सर्वानः कामान् समर्थय स्वाहा। इदमग्नये सृष्टकृते ईदन्नामः। Silent offering of ghee. स्वाहा इदं प्रजापतिये इदन्नामः। May we all stand for Purnahuti.
सर्वं वै पूर्णं स्वाहा। ॐ सर्वं वै पूर्णं स्वाहा। ॐ सर्वं वै पूर्णं स्वाहा।
We would like to give our congregants an opportunity to make their offering. So please come forward and make an offering, mothers and sisters, and then the fathers and brothers.
ॐ सर्वं वै पूर्णं स्वाहा। ॐ सर्वं वै पूर्णं स्वाहा। ॐ सर्वं वै पूर्णं स्वाहा। सर्वं वै पूर्णं स्वाहा। ॐ 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 सर्वं वै पूर्णं स्वाहा। ॐ
स्वाहा
ॐ सर्वं वै पूर्णं
स्वाहा
ॐ सर्वं वै पूर्णं
स्वाहा
अतः मुख्य स्पर्शा, taking a little bit of the ghee and rubbing it on your hands and placing it against the fire and absorbing the energy that was created in today's yajna.
ॐ हनुमान् मे अस्ति तन्वं मे पाहि
ॐ आयुर्दाग्नेऽसि
आयुर्मे देहि ॐ वर्चोदाग् मे असि वर्चो मे देहि ॐ अग्नेयन्मे तन्वा ऊनं तन्वा प्रीणौ ॐ मेधा मे देवी सरस्वती दधातु ॐ मेधा मे देवी सरस्वती दधातु ॐ मेधा मे अश्विनौ देवावाधता पुष्करस्रजौ ॐ वाक्चमाप्यायताम् ॐ प्राणश्चमाप्यायताम् ॐ चक्षुश्चमाप्यायताम् ॐ श्रोत्रं चमाप्यायताम् ॐ यशोबलं चमाप्यायताम्. You can sit down.
कपति को मानसिक बल दीजिए
वीर की गावे रचाई सत्य को धारण करे हर्ष में हो मात सारी
शोक सागर से करे
अश्वमेधाधिक रचाई यज पर उपकार को धर्म मर्यादा चला कर लाभ दे संसार को नित्य श्रद्धा भक्ति से अज आई हम करते रहे रोग पीड़ित विश्व के
ताप सब हरते रहे
हाथ जोड़ झुकाए मस्तक
हाथ जोड़ झुकाए मस्तक वंदना हम कर रहे
नाथ करुणा रूप करुणा आपकी
सब कर रहे प्रभु आपकी सब कर रहे प्रभु आपकी सब कर रहे
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् हे ईश सब सुखी हो कोई न हो दुखारी सब हो निरोग भगवन धन धान के बंधारी सब भद्र भाव देखे सन्मार्ग के सृष्टि में प्राणधारी सृष्टि में प्राणधारी
Oh Lord, may all be happy. May all be free from misery. May all realize goodness and may no one suffer pain. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. And our Sabhapati for today, Purohita Darshini.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you very much for your participation during Sandhya and Havan. We need your participation to feel the vibrations in our mandir, and I think we did a great job this morning. It's been a long time since I've been here. It's nice to be back. As you know, there's a little person who demands, when I come and when I don't come. So today I got a little bit of a reprieve from diaper duty, so I'm here. As Panita Nirvani mentioned, our focus this morning is leadership, and this Sunday morning satsang is presented to you by the Mahila members. And as we go through the program, you'll hear from different members of the Mahila, and you'll hear more about leadership. But to contextualize this segment before I invite anyone to present, I just wanted to present the definition of leadership and to tell you how we're going to challenge that definition today. So the dictionary definition of leadership is the action of leading a group of people in an organization, or the state of being a leader. So the leader of a country, the leader of an organization, and so on. But this morning, I would like you to think of leadership a little bit differently, and to think of leadership not as confined to titles or roles, so not being president or chapter leader or whatever you may be, but to think of leadership in terms of women, and to think of the different roles that women play and the strength and grace with which we navigate these roles. So that is how we are going to think of leadership this morning. And the Vedic tradition recognizes the power and importance of women in our society to flourish. Now I have my book there, so I'm just going to leave this podium empty and grab my book so I can tell you what the Manusmriti says. Okay. So like I was saying, our Vedic tradition has long upheld the power and the importance of women in society, and in society, for society to flourish. And I got this book a while back, Vedic Ethics, from Panita Devi. And there's a chapter that talks about women in the family and how to honor women in the family. And the Manusmriti says that if divine beings, they find joy in places where women are honored. And where women are dishonored, all actions result in negative outcomes. So this quote reminds us that as women, we are leaders in more than one way. And our mandir is a very good example of how our women lead, and not just as a president. Yes, we've had female presidents, but we also lead this mandir in very different ways. So we lead as mothers, we lead as creators of delicious bhojan in the kitchen, we lead as decorators, we lead as nurturers of these young minds, we lead as panditas, we lead as volunteers providing seva not only locally, but globally. And We lead in so many different ways beyond being president or secretary or vice president. We are all leaders and we find different ways that we can make a difference. So as we listen to the messages today about leadership, and we have a very special presentation from Auntie Kami coming all the way from upstate. She's going to talk to us more about leadership. I would like us to remember this morning that women are leaders and we're leaders in many different ways, and we deserve to be honored for our different roles in leadership. Now, I would like to present our first item this morning, and we will be having a bhajan from Pandit Niraj Ramsamajji. Please sing along with him if you have your bhajan book.
Namaste, everyone. I wasn't originally planning on singing this song, but after hearing the theme of today, I was a little inspired. I know this song is usually a little, fast-paced. Usako nahi dekha, humne kabhi, on page 283 in the Atma Geet. But today, let us really, consider the meaning of this Geet. It says in the second verse, what need is there for sunlight when you are there to guide us, to lead us in times of emotional darkness, O Mother, O women of our society. This song describes their contributions. So let us think about that while we sing this bhajan.
उसको नहीं देखा हमने कभी, उसको नहीं देखा हमने कभी, पर उसकी जरूरत क्या होगी ए माँ तेरी सूरत से अलग भगवान की सूरत क्या होगी उसको नहीं देखा हमने कभी। इंसान तो क्या देवता भी आंचल में पले तेरे, है स्वर्ग इसे दुनिया में कदमों की तले तेरे। इंसान तो क्या देवता भी आंचल में पले तेरे, है स्वर्ग इसे दुनिया में कदमों की तले तेरे। ममता ही लुटाए जिसके नयन हो, ममता ही लुटाए जिसके नयन, ऐसी कोई मूरत क्या होगी ए माँ तेरी सूरत से अलग भगवान की सूरत क्या होगी उसको नहीं देखा हमने कभी। क्यों धूप जलाए दुखों की, क्यों गम में गटा भर से, ये हाथ दुआओं वाले रहती है सदा सर पे। क्यों धूप जलाए दुखों की, क्यों गम की भता भर से,
ये हाथ दुआओं वाले रहती है सदा सर पे तू है तो अंधेरे पथ में हमें ओ तू है तो अंधेरे पथ में हमें सूरज की जरूरत क्या होगी ए माँ तेरी सूरत से अलग भगवान की सूरत क्या होगी क्या होगी उसको नहीं देखा हमने कभी पर उसकी जरूरत क्या होगी ए माँ तेरी सूरत से अलग भगवान की सूरत क्या होगी उसको नहीं देखा हमने कभी उसको नहीं देखा हमने कभी उसको नहीं देखा हमने कभी
Thank you, Punit Niraj. And usually we hear that bhajan on Mother's Day, but it was very appropriate today. And there's a line there, and if you were reading from your Atma Geet, it defines the word achal, and it says that even great personalities are found in that layer of a mother's clothing, which is perfect for today's theme, to reinforce the fact that as women we play a tremendous amount of roles, and we are leaders in a variety of different ways. I would now like to invite Srimati Geeta Ramanji and Srimati Kamla Singh Ji to do our 10 principles. If you have your Atma Geet, they're at the back of the book. Please follow along with them.
Namaste, everyone. We are going to do the 10 principles of the Arya Samaj. Arya Samaj ke 10 niyam. प्रथम नियम सब सत्य विद्या और जो पदार्थ विद्या से जाने जाते हैं उन सब का आदि मूल परमेश्वर है.
First principle, God is the primary cause of all spiritual and physical sciences and of everything known through their means.
द्वितीय नियम ईश्वर सच्चिद आनंद स्वरूप निराकार सर्वशक्तिमान न्यायकारी दयालु अजन्मा अनंत निर्विकार अनादि अनुपम सर्वदार सर्वेश्वर सर्वव्यापक सर्वांतर्यामी अजर अमर अभय नित्य पवित्र और सृष्टिकर्ता है. उसी की उपासना करने योग्य है.
Second principle, God is existent, intelligent, and blissful. He is formless, omnipotent, just, kind, unborn, endless, unchangeable, beginningless, unequaled, the support of all, the Lord of all, omnipresent, immanent, unaging, immortal, fearless, eternal, holy, and the creator of the universe. He alone should be communed with.
तृतीय नियम वेद सब सत्य विद्याओं का पुस्तक है. वेद का पढ़ना पढ़ाना सुनना सुनाना सब आर्यों का परम धर्म है.
Third principle, Veda is a scripture of all true knowledge. Reading, teaching, hearing, and reciting the Veda is the first duty of all Aryans.
चतुर्थ नियम सत्य को ग्रहण करने और असत्य को छोड़ने में सर्वदा उद्यत रहना चाहिए.
Fourth principle, one should always be prepared to accept truth and reject falsehood.
पंचम नियम सब काम धर्मानुसार अर्थात सत्य और असत्य को विचार करके करने चाहिए.
Fifth principle, all work should be done in keeping with righteousness. that is, after due reflection over right and wrong.
षष्ठ नियम, संसार का उपकार करना इस समाज का मुख्य उद्देश्य है, अर्थात शारीरिक, आत्मिक और सामाजिक उन्नति करना.
Sixth principle, to do good to the whole world is the main object of this Samaj. That is, to improve the physical, spiritual, and social states of human experience.
सप्तम नियम, सबसे प्रीतिपूर्वक धर्मानुसार यथा योग्य बरतना चाहिए.
Seventh principle, one should have dealings with all in accordance with love, law, and propriety.
अष्टम नियम, अविद्या का नाश और विद्या के वृद्धि करनी चाहिए.
Eighth principle, one should always promote knowledge and dispel ignorance.
नवम नियम, प्रत्येक को अपनी ही उन्नति में संतुष्ट न रहना चाहिए, किंतु सबकी उन्नति में अपनी उन्नति समझनी चाहिए.
Ninth principle, no one should remain content with his or her own prosperity. Individual prosperity should be considered in the prosperity of all.
दशम नियम, सब मनुष्यों का सामाजिक सर्वहितकारी नियम पालने में परतंत्र रहना चाहिए और प्रत्येक हितकारी नियम में सब स्वतंत्र रहे.
10th principle, everyone should be bound in following altruistic social rules. However, in matters relating to personal welfare, let all be free.
As we
Namaste.
continue to read these principles, let us choose one of these that resonate with us and try to inculcate that in our daily lives. Thank you all. Namaste.
Thank you very much for reading the 10 principles. I would now like to invite Bahin Sandhya Prasadji to grace us with her very melodious voice.
Namaste, everyone. I love that the Mahila session is falling on the same weekend that President's Day is going to start the week off at, because I think that sometimes we often forget that Maharishi Swami Dayanand was a big champion of women's rights, and he was our leader. The theme of today is leadership. I think this is a really apt theme to talk about today. So I'm going to sing a Dayanand song today because, as I stated before, he was a big champion of women's rights and women speaking up for themselves and creating a space for themselves in society. I want everyone here to remember, all the youths, you don't just have to be a leader in the traditional ways. You don't just have to be a leader in the house. You can be a leader any way you want. You can become a lawyer. You can be a politician. You can be a doctor. Do whatever you want to do, and just keep in the back of your minds and be proud that you come from this religion that teaches you that women have a space in society, and you should continue to make that space for yourself. And if there isn't space for you, create it. Okay? So please join me in singing this song on page 58 of the old Atma Geet. दया में पिता में बनो तो प्यारा, कृपा हो तिहारी सदा हो जारा. दया में पिता में बनो तो प्यारा, कृपा हो तिहारी सदा हो जारा. जगत पाल करता बनाता बिगाता, जगत पाल करता बनाता बिगाता, तुम्हारा बनो मैं लगा दो सहारा, कृपा हो तिहारी सदा हो जारा. दया मैं पिता में बनो तो प्यारा, कृपा हो तिहारी सदा सदा हो उजारा। दया है तिहारी नया ताप दिखाता, दया है तिहारी नया ताप दिखाता, सभी स्थान व्यापी लखाओ द्वारा, कृपा हो तिहारी सदा हो उजारा। दया में पिता में बनो तो प्यारा, कृपा हो तिहारी सदा हो उजारा। करो दूर हमसे जहाँ पाप जाला, करो दूर हमसे जहाँ पाप जाला, नजर हो भुआला करो मोनि तारा, कृपा हो तिहारी सदा हो उजारा। दया में पिता में बनो तो प्यारा, कृपा हो तिहारी सदा हो उजारा। दया में पिता में बनो तो प्यारा, कृपा हो तिहारी सदा हो उजारा। कृपा हो तिहारी सदा हो उजारा, कृपा हो तिहारी सदा हो उजारा। Thank you.
Thank you, Bahin Sandhya, for that very short, very melodious, and very appropriate bhajan. And I like your message to the youths that they can be leaders, and they can be leaders in more than the traditional sense. And I encourage you youths that as you go back to school after our midwinter recess, we have Pagwa coming up in March. I encourage you to be leaders in your classroom and to share your culture, your dharma with your friends, because oftentimes I know in my school, even though I work on a school in Jamaica Avenue and we have a lot of Guyanese students, sometimes I'll say to them, are you celebrating this this day? Are you celebrating tomorrow for our holiday? And they're like, what holiday? So and then no one announces it. It's not known in our schools. So I encourage you that you can be leaders of your dharma by sharing our upcoming holidays with your friends and your teachers. And that's how we can spread awareness about what we do. Okay, our next item is another bhajan by Sri Sohan Singh Ji, Pitaji Sohan Singh Ji. And then after that, we'll move into our announcements and our message for the day.
Namaste. So I'm very happy to join our Mahila group this morning in performing Hawan. And I came thinking that it's President's Week, so I'll be garlanded, but nobody garlanded. That's all right. But the last verse of this Bhajan Pita Sabaka says that Swami Dayanand appeals to all, saying, "O friends, if you desire true happiness, then let's all perform Hawan as we're performing today, in a spirit of togetherness." And I think we've done that today, and we've continuously be doing that, performing Hawan with the spirit of togetherness, and with a spirit of oneness, and with a spirit of happiness. Pita sabka hai wah Ishwar, usi ko yaad kare prani. पिता सबका है वह ईश्वर, उसी को याद करे प्राणी। हवन सुंदर रचो घर घर, उसी को जान अभिमानी। जोगी अग्नि में जल ता है, जहर को दूर करता है। जो घी अग्नि में जलता है, जहर को दूर करता है, जहर को दूर करता है। सभी रोगों को हरता है, यही है वेद की वाणी। पिता सबका है वह ईश्वर, उसी को याद करे प्राणी। विनय करता है स्वामी जी, अगर सुख चाहते मित्रों। विनय करता है स्वामी जी, अगर सुख चाहते मित्रों, अगर सुख चाहते मित्रों। करो मिलकर हवन सुंदर, वही है यज सुख खानी। पिता सबका है वह ईश्वर, उसी को याद करे प्राणी। हवन सुंदर रचो घर घर, उसी को जानय अभिमानी। उसी को जानय अभिमानी, उसी को जानय अभिमानी।
Thank you very much. And I love how we're all singing bhajans and sending out messages that are challenging the traditional definition of leadership. That's exactly what the Mahila does. And, you know, this bhajan talks about doing havan in your home. And I don't know about you, but that's another way that a woman is a leader in her home, because I know for me, if I don't say we're doing Havan or Sandhya, then we're not, it's not happening, right? So we take on those roles, and we set the definition of what is going to happen in our homes. At this time, I'm going to take you through the announcements, and then I will present our presenter, our leader this morning, who will do our message. So we all know our regular announcements. I'll go through them very quickly. We have Sunday satsang here weekly, starting at 9 a.m. And if you're not able to join us in person, we invite you to connect with us virtually. And I bet there's a lot of people online today due to the weather. We also have Zoom satsang classes under the guidance of Pandit Deepak Ramanji, and those continue every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. If you would like to be involved even further in our mandir, you can join our Mahila. You see what we do today. Pandita Nirvani Prasadji is here if you would like to talk to her about participating in that program. We are also currently offering Arya Bal Vikas classes in Dharma Shikshan, Hindi, mantras, and Sangeet for our youths. The classes are held every other Sunday in Mandir in person, and then every other Friday on Zoom. For more information, you can reach out to Pandit Deepak Ramanji or Yajak Devendra Ji for more details about the program. Our new bhajan book, Vedic Bhajanavali, is also available for purchase. If you would like a copy, you can talk to Shri Kishanji. He's always at the back of those glass cases, and he can tell you how you can get a copy. If you would like to celebrate an important milestone, we invite you to join us during our regular Sunday satsang, just the way we celebrated Charlotte today. We will celebrate your milestone. But if you would prefer to have a private function, then our mandir is available for rental, and you can reach out to Srimati Srimati Ji for information on how you can rent our mandir. If you would like to offer seva by assisting with cleaning or kitchen duties, We welcome that, and you can reach out to someone on the executive to tell them that you would like to volunteer, and we would happily accommodate your seva. The work we do here at the Arya Spiritual Center would not be possible without your continued support. Donations can be offered in cash, check, or through PayPal or Zelle. And for PayPal and Zelle, you can use our email address, which is aryaspiritualcenter@gmail.com. Be sure to spell the center as CENTRE. For our upcoming programs and events, the United Arya Samaj Federation will be hosting their Bhajan Sammelan 2025 on Sunday, February 23rd at 4 p.m. at the Asamai Hindu Temple in Hicksville, Long Island. All are welcome to attend that program. We will also be observing Rishi Dayanand Jayanti on Sunday, February 23rd at 9 a.m. and Mahashivaratri Bodh Utsav on Tuesday, February 25th at 7:30 p.m. here at the Arya Spiritual Center. So again, that's Rishi Dayanand Jayanti on Sunday, February 23rd. That's going to be at 9 o'clock. And then on Tuesday, February 25th at 7:30 p.m., we are celebrating Rishi Bodh Utsav. There will be a fundraising dinner for the Pagwa Parade on Thursday, March 6th at City Palace in South Ozone Park. Please contact Shri Naroji, Shri Anupji, Pandit Prakashji, Srimati Devikaji, or Shri Sagarji if you would like to support the fundraiser for the Pagwa Parade. We commenced our Pagwa season with Chautal, and our next Chautal practice is today from 12:15 p.m. to 1:15 p.m. So you can have Bhojan and then come back upstairs to participate in the Chautal practice session. And Pagwa is going to be celebrated here in our mandir on Friday, March 14th from 7:30 p.m. So save that date, Friday, March 14th at 7:30 p.m. We'll be celebrating Pagwa here. Those are all the announcements that I have. I would now like to introduce you to Bhen Kami Ji, who will be doing this morning's message. And I call her Auntie Kami. I'm just so used to that. Auntie Kami is a regular member of our Thursday class with Pandit Deepak Ji. And she took the Parohit and the Yajak training courses, and now she's enrolled in the Pandita training program. And she's also the current president of the Yoga Society of New York, which is also known as the Ananda Ashram. And I know that Pandit Deepak has led a few trips to the ashram. Behen Kami is the president of the ashram now. And this morning, she came all the way from Monroe to deliver this message. Welcome, and we are so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much, everyone. Namaste. I actually feel so honored that you've invited me to give this talk on leadership. I hope that I can do justice to everyone's expectations here. So, leadership. What I've heard this morning from, Bhen Nirvani, everybody here through the bhajans, it's out of the box for leadership as we have been taught or trained. And I'm glad to hear that, because that is my feelings also, not just leadership somewhere where we have to look up to someone and not acknowledge that there are others in leadership roles. So with that, I will start with something that I kind of put together because I've been so busy. Yesterday was our board meeting and I'm trying to wing everything at the same time. So anyway, Leadership. What is leadership when we think about it? The first thing to understand is leadership, it is very essential in our personal as well as our professional growth. I don't think we give enough credit to that, or we don't acknowledge it. We're probably not even aware of it, but it's extremely important. Because of that, it's sometimes underappreciated because we're not aware of it. We don't even realize, for example, we have leadership in the form of parents taking care of their children, leadership in the form of friends looking after each other, or co-workers helping each other. We don't really see that. Usually we used to think as leadership as somebody on top and we look up to them to what they have to say. But leadership is on all levels and all layers of our lives. That's why I said it's underappreciated. It's very important in shaping the success, both personally and professionally. And even when we don't have a formal leadership role, we're always influencing and guiding others in some way or other. Also, I want to say, which I'm repeating myself here, in essence, collectively, we are all leaders. You just don't realize it yet. By the end of this presentation, I'm hoping that you will get at least a glimpse of what I'm trying to say. So I'm talking about leadership, but what is leadership? First and foremost, there's leader, and then there's leadership. A leader is a name that we give to somebody. Anyone can be a leader. I can say, Samuel, you're a leader, or Carly, you're a leader, or something. But what does it mean? What is it to say that you're a leader? So where leadership comes in, where skills and an attitude and a purpose. So again, anyone can be a leader, but leadership have its demands. So here I have basically anyone can be given the title of a leader. It's a name, an identifying name. But leadership denotes certain characteristics and demands and certain expectations. While anyone can be named a leader, it takes very special skills and character for a leader to lead efficiently. In the absence of these skills, there cannot be any reliable governance, any reliable leadership. All right, so I'm talking about skills. What are these skills that a leader should have? A leader should have a personality, a dynamic personality, because it's needed to lead. Sometimes a leader can walk into a room and the room will be filled with people because they want to hear what they have to say. At other times, a person, I don't say leader now, can walk into a room and the whole room gets empty within 2 minutes. That's the difference between a leader inviting people, acknowledging them, and being there for them. Also, which I have heard Darshani said earlier about different leaders and different types of situations. And I was so happy to hear that because in my perspective, I don't really see leadership at the top, but I see what I termed in my own words, tiered leadership. Because leadership exists at all levels of our daily lives. We acquaint leadership sometimes, mostly, not sometimes, mostly with organizations, businesses. But what we don't see sometimes is from the time you open the door to that organization or make a phone call where the secretary or the clerk answers the phone, that is our first point of contact. And without them, the leader that we see on top can never be productive. They can never be the the face of the business or the institution or the organization we're talking about, because information starts from the beginning. It starts there, it's cumulative, and it's used at the top of the tier to make decisions. That's why I call it a tiered leadership. You know, in an organization, without the gardener, how do we know what's happening on the grounds, on the buildings, on, you know, in the garden? How do we know what's going on in the kitchen? How do we know what's going on in the daily operations of that organization or that building? That's where management comes in, and it's a little different from leadership. So it takes a leader with special skills to lead efficiently. In the absence of these skills, there cannot be reliable governance, as I said before. So what are some of these skills that I'm talking about that they need? First of all, the qualities of an effective leader. An effective leader has to have a vision. They have to have the ability to set clear direction and inspire others to work towards it. Proper and very clear communication. Must be able to communicate effectively to motivate, align, and engage teams. Integrity. Trust is foundational. A leader must be honest, ethical, and transparent. And believe me, if they're not and they think that they are, it's so transparent you can see right through them. Emotional intelligence. This is the ability to understand and manage emotions in oneself as well as in others, not just about the leader, him or herself. Resilience and adaptability. Leaders face challenges, and they must show the ability to overcome adversity. That's where the personal strength and character comes in. Empathy, understanding and considering others' feelings, perspectives, and needs. I've heard that they were born leaders and that they were leaders by choice. I don't know about that, but I can say that anybody can become a leader by learning, having the motivation, and putting in the work and the effort to do that. In order to develop some of these skills, I would say the first thing that someone needs to do who's interested in leadership is self-assessment. Think about it on your own, without anybody. Just think, reflect upon your own self. Identify your strengths and areas of growth in your life. You have to be very honest about that in order to move forward. Know that leadership is a continuous learning. It's not something that you learn and then you stop and that's the end of it. For our whole lives, we're learning. It is not a dead end. Do you remember when you felt great about a decision you made or when you were unhappy with one? Take note of that. Create a journal if needed and try not to repeat the bad decisions. Try to make decisions always for the collective community. Also, try to get mentorship and networking. Seek out mentors. Join leadership forums and connect with leaders. Continuous learning. Read books, listen to podcasts, seminars, and experience. Leaders should always be learning. Try to get engaged in practical experience. Take on leadership roles, even small ones, just to gain hands-on experience. When you engage in something and you're surrounded by people who you trust and admire and you form your team, you can always get feedback from them. So get the feedback and again, do some self-reflection. In this way, you can practice to improve yourself, get better, and be a good leader. Now, One thing that I might say over and over again is that when in a leadership role, when you're making a decision, always keep it in the back of your mind that you are making this decision in the best interest of the organization that you are representing. It's not for you, but it's for the organization. Now, there are different types of leadership roles, as I understand. There's autocratic leadership, transformational, situational, democratic, servant leadership, and collaborative leadership, to name a few. And while these have their individual meaning, from what I see, they're all overlapping with each other. For example, autocratic leadership makes decisions alone, typically used in situations that require quick decision making. One example I can think of is the fire department. You know, someone called in, there's a fire. What do? Wait for your team to say, okay, how do we do it? No, you make the decision right then and there for that or any emergency and send people out. Transformational, inspires and motivates followers by creating a shared vision for the future. I would say that this suits Mahatma Gandhi so much. The way that he navigated his dream. Situational leadership adapts leadership style based on the situation and the needs of the team. Then we have the democratic leadership. This involves team input, fostering collaboration and engagement. As we all know, we hear about democracy all the time. Servant leadership focuses on serving others, empowering people to perform at their best. Now, again, when I see the word servant leadership, and it says how it's focusing on others, I can only think of Mahatma Gandhi again. The way he empowered people and the way that he really challenged everyone and went through what he believed in to make it happen. So the last one, there are quite a few, but I'm just going to choose one more. Collaborative leadership encourages teamwork, communication, and mutual decision-making. So going back, I mentioned some of the skills of a leader: dynamic, courageous, but they also have to be humble, genuine, and be role models, have self-confidence, determination, compassionate, etc., etc. But the most important thing that a leader in a leadership role can have is the ability to listen. It's the simplest thing, and it is the most important thing. If you don't listen, then you don't hear. And if you don't hear, you cannot make wise decisions. So having said all of those, I'd like to point out a few people that I admire and I think are leaders in our age, I should say, not just the community, but our age. We have here Mahatma Gandhi. Peaceful, nonviolent approach to getting what he wanted. Noted for his nonviolence, ahimsa, and his role in India's fight for independence. Self-sacrifice, love, spirituality, integrity, simplicity, and emphasizing the needs of his followers. He had all the accolades of leadership. The next is Martin Luther King Jr. He admired Gandhi and talked so much about Gandhi and what he believed in. Dr. King is admired for Gandhi's peaceful approach and emotional outreach to his people. And I'm sure that he emulated some of those in his role of leadership. So he was more of a visionary leader in his "I have a dream" statement. He was a civil rights movement, fought for desegregation, voting rights, and labor rights. Next is Nelson Mandela. His struggles are noted worldwide. His resilience. And what did he do as a leader? Why do we think he's a leader? He gave hope to the people, transformed their minds, and gave them hope. He's most noted for his fight against apartheid and eventually becoming the first Black president in South Africa. Then there's Abraham Lincoln. And I want to say, if I'm correct, we're here. Abraham Lincoln, we're celebrating President's Weekend. Last Wednesday was his birthday, February 12th. And tomorrow is, I believe, Washington's birthday that we're celebrating. But February 12th, 1809 was when Lincoln was born. February 12th is the birthday of Swami Dayanand, 1825. No, so they share the same birthday. And they're both leaders and they're both fighters for good. So Lincoln, he was authentic and he was nicknamed Honest Abe for that authenticity. He's most noted in history for the abolition of slavery and the navigation of the Civil War. Now, having done that, I would like to, and because I mentioned Swami Dayanand's birthday, I'm going to skip to Swami Dayanand right now as a leader. He was, I don't think that I can say anything in this mandir that no one knows, but I want to say it anyway because we just have to remind the world of what he did, and he is the reason that we're here, even in this mandir, in this mandal. So Swami Dayanand was a religious leader, and I'm stressing on the word leader, in India. He's the founder of the Arya Spiritual organization. He advocated for the safety, education, and well-being of women. He challenged the current society against the caste system and the methods of worshiping, among others, as a mean of reforming society. He did so much that I don't have the time to record, but I'm just taking the highlights. Swami Dayanand established the Arya Samaj organization on April 7th, 1875 in Bombay with 10 core principles. And those are the core principles that was read earlier, a few minutes ago. The organization brought about immense changes in the religious perceptions of Indians. Basically, we are being taught through those principles how to conduct our thoughts, our actions, and our lives in general. By establishing this community, he enshrined the idea that, in quotation, all actions should be performed with the prime objective of benefiting mankind. Swami Dayanand Saraswati's main message was for the Hindus to go back to the roots of their religion, which are the Vedas. By doing this, he felt that Hindus would be able to improve the depressive religious, social, political, and economic conditions prevailing in the country at this time. And at this point, I just want to quote something from Rabindranath Tagore and Swami Dayanand. I offer my homage of veneration to Swami Dayanand, the great pathmaker in northern India, who, through bewildering tangles of creed and practices, the dense undergrowth of the degenerate days of our country, cleared a straight path that was meant to lead the Hindus to a simple and rational life of devotion to God and for service to man. Rabindranath Tagore. Now I'm going to come back to some leaders in our country, I wanted to say a little bit about the Krishnamurti sisters. How many of you are aware of them? Okay, so these are two women who came from India and excelled in what they did in their careers and their personal lives through their leadership roles. So the first one was Indra Krishnamurti. I should not have, Nui. Indra Krishnamurti Nui. She was the CEO for PepsiCo for about 12 years. And in those 12 years that she was there, she was able to skyrocket the company's net income from $2.7 million to $6.5 million. More than double it. Now, how did she do that? She adopted the leadership skills of awareness and strategy. So at that time, she was aware that there was a movement about environmental awareness. She brought that into the company and she started making products that are more biodegradable and that would appeal to the people. And that was one way. As far as strategy, the other is healthy options. When we think of PepsiCo, we think soda, a can of soda. Okay, so they're not putting sugar anymore in it. It's sugar-free soda. We should still buy it, right? But what we didn't know or we're learning is that PepsiCo owned KFC. PepsiCo owned Taco Bell. PepsiCo owned Quaker Oats. So she took all of those companies and introduced healthy options and enticed people through the marketing skills to buy more. And that's why she was able to double even more than 50%, 53 to 55% of their net income during her time there. The other one is her sister, actually, Chandrika Krishnamurti Tandon. Now, her story is amazing. Apparently, she was working in India and was seen for what she was doing, and somebody spotted her and asked her to come to America and interview for a position that McKinsey's financial corporation was advertising for. She agreed and she came. It was the late 70s. I was here at that time in America. And I know of the storm that they were talking about. It was like one of the worst snowstorms ever. And according to her story, she came, she went to the interview in Manhattan wearing a sari, a pair of slippers, open-toe slippers, and an oversized coat that she borrowed from someone. And of all the applicants, she got the job. What this is telling me too is sometimes, you know, we go for a big highfalutin position like that, and we instill fear in ourselves, like, oh my goodness, I'm not dressed like them, I don't look like them, I'm not a part of them, am I going to get this job or not? Look what she did. Her own traditional clothes, a pair of slippers you just put your feet in, and an oversized coat. She took all that away. She went there, abhayam, fearless, and she got the job. Now, on the flip side of that, why did they give her the job? Did they not see that she was not professional looking? She had an oversized coat. What do we know about this woman? You know, she's just coming over from India. But they saw the strength in her. And during her interview, they saw that she was capable. See, so sometimes we put fear in our own selves. We have to put that away, put it aside, and go for what we have. And from what I see in this mandir, it's teaching that. Every time I come, I see that. It's teaching us personal growth. It's teaching us to take care of ourselves. And that's a good thing for all the children here growing up. So if I want to say here. So we talked about Indra being the PepsiCo's, she was the first woman of color to head a Fortune 50 company. And now coming back to Chandrika, she was the first Indian American woman to be elected partner at McKinsey and Company. In 1992, she left and opened her own company, Tandon Financial Company. I believe at this, I've seen her actually, I've seen her in interviewing in Sadhguru's podium sometimes. So now she just won a Grammy Award for bhajan singing. So there's no end to what anybody can do, you know. And we talked about women. These are two women who excelled in everything, right? So anyway, I've touched a little bit on the social arena for leadership. I'd also like to say that I talked about Swami Dayanand, of course, and I can keep talking about him forever, and I'm using him as a bridge to go towards our own original Sanatana Dharma, where we came from. And I want to acknowledge two figures that without them there would be no Sanatana Dharma, Sri Ram and Sri Krishna. Both leaders. Every time I see the Ramayana and I look at it, what I see is Sri Ram telling us and teaching us to not forget our duties, to be accepting of our responsibilities and don't deviate from that. That is what I see from his life. Without going into it in detail. And the other is Sri Krishna. He came from humble beginnings from his birth, and he was a king. Why did he choose from Mathura? Why did he choose to have his kingdom in Dwarka? Strategy. In Dwarka, where it's situated, you have the sea on one side and the hills on the other. So it was very well protected, and it was easy trade coming in from different places. So even though they're godlike figures and they help us and they teach us, they're also teaching us life, how we can navigate our own lives, how we can take what we have in front of us and make ourselves better with it. You know. So I don't want to go over time here. So I'm going to try to close. I just wanted to say that it really doesn't matter if you're a man, woman, or child. You see, we have to pay attention to our daily lives every day, and that in itself is teaching us how we are going to grow in the future. There are always obstacles and challenges in leadership roles, in lives in general. We just have to try to overcome them, do the best we can, and move forward. So I'm just going to conclude by saying that please remember at least some of what you have heard today. Apply it to yourself. Check always, and just by yourself, nobody else. Just think sometimes. Like we meditate in silence, go into meditation, but this time, instead of looking for the silence, start thinking about what did I do today? How could I improve myself better? You know, how can I be honest to myself when I'm making these decisions, rather than saying that, okay, I know what I want, I can do this, but can I really do that? Do I have the skills to do it? If I don't, how do I get it? All the things that can come through in your minds to make you a better person, wherever you are. So, and I will repeat this again, the most successful leaders are those who empower others. Thank you for your time. I hope this has been an informative one. And I want to say that, yes, I am, who am I? I'm Cami. Yes, I'm Cami Netram. I am the president of the Yoga Society of New York. But I myself, as an immigrant, have gone through many, many challenges. I started out after college in at Sloan Kettering, my first job. In case you're wondering, why is she talking about leadership? What does she know, right? So I started out there. I've been in research for about 12 years. Some of the works that I've done have been published in the American Journal of Diabetes and Nature magazine. And then I moved into teaching. I taught high school science for a number of years. And I have to say, when I left the school system, I was very, very proud that I was sponsored by Queen's General Hospital to have a school open. And when you think leadership qualities, okay, ego comes in there, right? So I was given the opportunity, I have this here, as you can know their logo, to open the school, and I had to decline. I went as far as I actually went to them when I finished all my classes as an assistant principal and all of that, and I went to them. And they were very gracious and they helped me. Now, I declined for personal family reasons. And at the time, I was not happy about it, but it was something I needed to do. And living upstate, it was difficult traveling to the school. It was in the Bronx, right off the Deegan, 138th Street on the Deegan. And I was traveling at 1 hour, 45 minutes one way, sometimes 2.5 hours, depending on traffic. But in spite of every situation I've been in and every leadership roles, I want to close by saying that the leadership role that I feel has been the best in my life is being a mother. That's it. So no matter what I have done outside and everything, I just feel that that accomplishment is the best for me. And I will close with that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Auntie Kami. I think she deserves another round of applause for that. So you said a lot of good stuff in your message. And when you were talking about Indra Nui, I looked her up. And for any of you who, if you like book recommendations, she's got an autobiography on Amazon. It's available in paper and also in Audible format. So if you like to listen to audiobooks on your way to work, she has an audiobook. And when I looked at the blurb about the book, it says a memoir by the trailblazing former CEO of PepsiCo who redefined what it means to be an exceptional leader. So you're right on point with that individual. And talking about teaching, you talked about skills that are necessary to be a leader. And you talked about people walking into the room and changing that room. Well, I think you can understand what I mean when I say there's a difference between a substitute teacher and a veteran teacher. Because when the substitute teacher is in there, everybody be quiet, sit down, take your seats. And the veteran teacher just walks in and the room, you can hear a pin drop. That happens every day in my building. So thank you so much for coming all the way from Monroe and giving us that wonderful message. We appreciate it. At this time, we would like you to stand for RT as we close.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare Bhakt Jano ke sankat Bhakt Jano ke sankat Shan mein dur kare Om Jai Jagadish Hare जो ध्यावे फल पावे दुख बिन से मन का स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का सुख संपत्ति घर आवे सुख संपत्ति घर आवे कष्ट मिटे तन का ओम जय जगदीश हरे मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण गहूँ किसकी स्वामी शरण गहूँ किसकी तुम बिन और न दूजा प्रभु बिन और न दूजा आस करो जिसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूरन परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओम जय जगदीश हरे दीन बंधु दुख हरता तुम रक्षक मेरे स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे करुणा हस्त बढ़ाओ करुणा हस्त बढ़ाओ द्वार परा तेरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे विषय विकार मिटाओ पाप हरो देवा स्वामी पाप हरो देवा श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ संतन की सेवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे
शांति पाठः ओम द्यौ शांति अंतरिक्षं शांति पृथ्वी शांति रापः शांति रोषधयः शांतिः वनस्पतयः शांतिर्विश्वे देवाः शांतिर्ब्रह्मा शांतिः सर्वं शांतिः शांतिरेव शांति सामा शांतिरेधि ओम शांतिः 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 प्रेम से बोलो ओमकार भगवान की जय प्रेम से बोलो बरियारम पुरुषोत्तम श्री रामचंद्र की जय प्रेम से बोलो गीताकार योगेश्वर श्री कृष्ण चंद्र की जय प्रेम से बोलो महर्षि स्वामी दयानंद की जय प्रेम से बोलो वैदिक सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय भोजन मंत्र ओम अनपते अनस्य नो देहि यनमिवश्य सुष्मिनः प्रप्रदातारं तारिषा ऊर्जनो देहि विपदे चतुष्परे ओम शांतिः 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 Namaste and please join us downstairs for lunch.